Been to Las Vegas, San Bernardino.
Hello and welcome back to the Pet Toon Channel. Well, it's controversy here at the Pet Toon Channel. Keep those letters and comments coming in, but for now we're going to go to Ask Johnny. Johnny, here we are back again at the Pet Toon Studios for another Ask Johnny. Hello Johnny and welcome again to the Pet Toon Studios. Fanny, get him some donuts. Yep, and we've got a letter here, and it's from Babs. Babs is in Jerusalem, and Jerusalem by she goes. The Pet Toon Channel is breaking records in Jerusalem. But Babs says, Johnny, she says, I love birds, but I've heard a terrible rumour. That being, birds are robots, set free to spy on all of us. Please, clarify it for us, Johnny. Signed, Babs. What the hell do you think about that, Johnny? Birds? Yes, I've heard about this conspiracy. I've looked into it, and I think that it could be some truth in the matter. I've seen some pretty crazy-looking birds around lately. And as you know, the Pet Toon Channel is a fighter for truth, justice and freedom. And I looked into it, and this is what I found. Have a look at this.
Completely harmless. Which brings us to birds aren't real, which posits that birds aren't real. They're not real.
Yeah.
They're all just like the tiki room down at Disneyland.
Yeah. They're not real, guys.
We actually...
Oh, that can't be right.
Not real! Not real!
Yeah, you know, Johnny, you and me have got an old friend, Frank. And Frank's got some chooks. And as you know, we went round there last Saturday and we were talking about his chooks, and I got this funny feeling that I was being watched. You're joking! Well, we looked over, you and me, we looked over at the chooks, and they're all staring at us. And I said to Frank, that's what I said to him. I said, Frank, have you heard the theory that all birds are robots, and they're all actually spying on us? Oh, it sounds like a lot of crap.
Peter and I live, breathe, and die for the feathered gospel, which states that every bird alive is a government surveillance drone.
And Frank, well, he looked at me. He was obviously taken aback a bit by me question. I don't think he'd ever considered it. And he thought, well, they have been acting a bit strangely over the last 20 years, he said. Really? And I fired back at him and I said, Frank, it's obvious your bloody chooks are robots. You're joking. And you've been too fucking stupid to realise the fact. But robot birds aren't the only bloody thing that's going on around this place. I've heard rumours that the earth is flat. And of course I can look out of the balcony of the beautiful Pet Toon Studios and see the wide ocean, and it certainly looks flat to me. Oh, that can't be right.
Flat Earth. Essentially, Flat Earthers believe that the concept of our universe as we know it is a lie made up by NASA, the New World Order, lizards, liberals, or something.
And people have said to me, well, you should talk to airline pilots. Airline pilots? And ship captains to see what they reckon about the Earth being flat. And I said back to them, well, I said, I don't know any bloody ship captains or airline pilots. How the fucking hell am I supposed to know them? Yeah, well, it does look a bit flat.
Right word being spherical, and therefore it's used by people like NASA to prop up the notion that we are living on a sphere also. So it's used to perpetuate fake news.
And someone said to me the other day, they said, Johnny, how do you know all the astronauts that have gone into space, how do you know they're not robots like the birds? And I couldn't answer him, Johnny. I don't know any astronauts either. And it got me thinking, old Neil and Buzz and Michael, from Apollo 11, they did look a bit robotic. Yeah, it sounds feasible. And I reckon half the employees at the Pet Toon Channel, and we got about 30 of them, I reckon half them are bloody robots too. Johnny, I think you're overthinking it. It might be time for me to take over as host of the Pet Toon Channel. So to Babs, in Jerusalem. Babs, I'd just be wary of every bloody thing. In fact, I wouldn't go outside my door at all. And if you look out there, Johnny, there's a bird out there perched on the balcony, and I reckon the bastard's looking at me. Well done. Now we've got another letter, and it's from Dick. Dick's in Tootgaroot, and Tootgaroot is a powerhouse for the Pet Toon Channel, let me tell you. Thanks to everybody at Tootgaroot. But Johnny, Dick says, Johnny, me and my gorgeous partner have a new baby, Rupert. I've heard, though, there is a push for parents to ask permission from their babies to change their nappy or do their hair, or other such ridiculous requests. What has happened to us, Johnny? Please advise. Dick, in Tootgaroot. Well, Johnny, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. What do you think about it? Oh, asking babies for permission. Look, let's face it, babies are bloody stupid. They wouldn't know what you're asking them in the first place. Yeah, it sounds feasible.
To ask their baby's permission before changing their nappy. That's right. A lot of babies can't talk. Have they worked that out yet? This bizarre advice is contained in a news...
I found that babies, usually when they shit their pants and they get picked up and they get put on the change table, they know they're going to get their nappy changed. Really? Yeah, unfortunately, as we go through this long and boring life, we realise that people aren't going to ask you permission to do things all the time. And what happens when they get a bit older? Darling, do you mind if we send you to school for 12 years? When you ask them, can you change their nappy, darling? And they say no. What the bloody hell are you going to do then? So if a cop pulls you over for doing 30 k's over the speed limit and he comes to the window and he says, excuse me sir, do you mind if I book you $500 and lose 3 demerit points because you were doing over the speed limit, do you mind? I'd be likely to say, well now you're asking, officer, I'd really like you to piss off. Yeah, so just because someone asks permission about anything of you doesn't mean you have to say yes. Yeah, and it's not like you're like those pharaohs back in ancient Egypt. The Egyptian pharaohs, they never asked anybody permission to do any bloody thing. Build that pyramid, cut all those bloody rocks, and by the way, I happen to be a god. Yeah, but chimps don't wear nappies.
Vegas, San Bernardino.
What a load of mumbo-jumbo again we've provided here at the Pet Toon Channel. But it got me thinking about asking babies permission for this and that. And I got a little design going on in my head and I thought I'd put it down on paper. Here it is. funny old world we live in. That's it from the Pet Toon Channel today. It's been controversial. Always is now. But until next time, that's if we ever get back on air after the government surveillance. Until next time, I'll be seeing you. Yeah, but chimps don't wear nappies. I don't think any animals do.